She is mum to one little boy and very pregnant with another bubba. It's Pixie Lott.
Actually finished my last festival last weekend.
37 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Was part of you like,
37
wow,
weeks.
that's a big old stage of pregnancy?
I keep thinking, like you have to rock them up and down loads to like get them off to sleep, but this one's used to that all the time.
You are going to have to put some serious effort in at bedtime.
Yes. I remember just like looking into his eyes. He started going, one day we went to the zoo. And that's what he was singing to me.
Was Bertie out by this point?
No, sorry, this was just before Bertie.
Must have been like, what are you doing?
Do a lot of Googling. The number one thing that kept popping up that was like, a natural way was meditation. So I was like, what is this thing? I didn't understand it at first, but then I started doing it more and more, and then it really helped me. And it helped me get back to myself.
Pixie, there's something coming out your fanny, all right?
What?
All the positive vibes to the bubba,
I want
to the
some of
bird.
your zhuzh motion. Give me the zhuzh motion. I kind of just feel a bit manic. I don't know if it's because I just had a pumpkin spice latte. I just feel like there's just lots going on at the moment. Just preparing things like, the baby, Bert's birthday, music releases.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Happy Mum, Happy Baby, the podcast. Today's guest is a huge UK artist. She has been a coach on The Voice Kids. She is mum to one little boy and very pregnant with another bubba. It's Pixie Lott.
Hello, G.
Hi. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm very happy to be here. How are you?
I'm good. I am loving the fact that you are very, very, very pregnant.
I am. This is one of the last things that I'll be doing before I pop.
Yeah.
Even though earlier I said I don't know how much more work I've got left, but I know we're nearly at the end. And this isn't work anyway. This is just us chatting away and having a lovely time. But yeah, we're a couple of weeks. Well, yeah, kind of couple of weeks away, depending on when the baby decides to say hi.
I can remember recording an episode of this at 38 weeks pregnant with Emma Willis. And Emma was...
Oh, this is the same as me then, yeah.
Yeah, and Emma was the guest. Obviously, it's my podcast. But she was on talking about her midwifery programme.
Yes.
And I knew Emma was spending so much time with me around that time because she was desperate to be there when my waters eventually broke or when something started to happen. I could tell the whole way through that episode.
It didn't
she's
happen
watching
on that
me.
episode.
No.
Is it going to happen to me?
She was just so ready to get things going.
Yeah, I bet.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel like this pregnancy, I had the morning sickness in the first trimester, which I didn't have the first time round. Not actually physically, but just felt very sick and so tired. And I was working, and that's the time when no one knows you're pregnant as well. So it's kind of like keep it all in. And then the second trimester, got all the energy. That was fine. Loved it. Been doing festivals all summer. And now I feel like that is starting to fade off a little bit now that we're on the home stretch. So
really?
I'm starting to feel it a bit more as in like, I'm just ready to have this baby. Let's make it happen now.
The whole way through, we're just manifesting throughout this whole...
Come on, Emma, come in.
That's actually a service that we do offer here on Happy Mum, Happy Baby.
Handy.
Emma Willis just pops in.
That'd be very handy.
At least you know her.
Yeah,
so it's not like it would
very
be weird.
safe with Emma.
Let's talk about your childhood because I can remember actually talking years ago to some of the McFly boys, some of the girlfriends that they had at the time about you because of the family effort that was still around you at that time. Like Danny's always talked about your mum and how
so
close
nice.
you two are. And actually I think it's a thing that's happening more now with younger artists coming through, how their parents are a part of
great.
the industry. Not a part of the industry, but a part of, they're not just fed to the lions. They have an involvement.
A support system.
But I feel like you've had that support system for a long time.
I have, and that's so cool that
That we talk about you.
Yes. If it's all good things.
All really good things. No, it was done in a really positive way.
Oh,
this
that's
is amazing.
Well, yeah, because Danny got to know my mum, the Bevster, very well when we did The Voice Kids, because we did it for a while. And Danny's like that with his family.
Yeah.
He's got an amazing mum. And so our mums would just hang out backstage causing trouble,
I
by
can
the way.
imagine.
Like, just so much trouble. We had to rein them in, of course. Because I started out like super young, as you guys did as well. And I think that's really important to have people that you really trust and support you and have your best interests at heart, especially at an early age. You know, you hear all these horror stories, and I feel super lucky to have had that, and still to this day, because I think it's helped me massively.
Yeah.
And it's just all I know, really. So I'd love to do the same for my kids.
Yeah.
And I think it's important going into a crazy business with, just like you never know what's going to happen. And I think having a support system or a network or a person there that's really rooting for you and there for you is like worth its weight in gold. So I'm lucky with my family, and it's my whole family, my mum, my dad, brother, sister. They're always backstage at all the shows, and now all our kids are all there hanging out.
Yeah, because your brother and sister,
around.
they've got kids around the same age.
Yes,
So lovely.
So we were like my mum and dad. Well, my mum was like on and on for grandkids for years and years and years, and we were all the same. And then all of a sudden, all at the same time, all three of us are just all doing it. And so now their hands are like massively full.
Aww.
But I don't think they'd have it any other way. You know, like just how crazy and chaotic it is. You know exactly what that's like. But it keeps it exciting, let's say.
Absolutely. So you've got a brother and a sister. Where are you in that ranking order?
So I'm the youngest, but my mum had three of us in 3 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
We're all pretty much bang, bang, bang. So, yeah, we just all grew up together. And then when we get older, we, go out together. And we're a really close family.
Yeah.
But I love being able to, like, go out with my brother and sister and, like, all our friends all hang out together. And actually, me and my brother are classed as Irish twins.
Oh, yeah, in the same year.
We're in the same year. So for 1 week, we're the same age. Yeah.
I love that expression.
Yeah. I mean, we love that 1 week. We've always loved that 1 week. We're just like, we're the same age. This is so cool.
And because obviously you went to Italia Conti, didn't you?
Yes. And you're the Sylvias.
Oh, we are rivals.
So we're rivals. We shouldn't really be friends.
I'm surprised we're in the same room.
I know. It's terrible.
Let me at her.
How funny is that like little rivalry between the
But also
two
only
schools?
between those two, I think.
I know.
Like Nat
What about
Cassidy
all the
was
other
in,
ones?
she's at Anna Shares, that's fine.
Yeah,
you carry on
they're
doing
allowed.
that. They're allowed, but it's something about Sylvia's and Italia Conti.
So weird.
So what was your childhood? How old were you when you went to Italia Conti?
So I went in year 7, so I was 11. Did you go in year 7?
I went in year 9.
Oh, did
But
you?
Tom was even younger. I think Tom was in year 5.
You could go in year 5.
No, I think you can only go from year 6 now. But yeah, Tom was basically in the juniors for 2 years.
Wow.
And then went into the school.
That's really cool. I would have loved that.
But I do think it's a very different childhood. We've had Kelly Bright on as well, who went to Sylvia's. So it is, we've talked about it before, but it's a very different childhood when you are going independently on the train into town and doing what you love.
Yeah. I absolutely loved it. Did you?
I loved it.
It was so much fun.
I bounced out of bed every day.
Yeah, I was so excited to go. I felt like it was just like everyone there obviously shared the same passions. And so you'd just be like singing and dancing around like the stairwell, and like everyone was larger than life, so much personality and like just doing what you love every day. And I think that's so lovely growing up doing that.
Yeah. And also I think it's really important that we actually allow kids to do what they love.
Yeah.
Because I think growing up in those environments, seeing how that impacted people,
yeah,
I just think
100%. And it doesn't mean everyone who like was in my year who went is in the
industry
still, but I think it just teaches you so many life skills and tools to learn to have in any field, any job.
And discipline, social skills, teamwork. There's so much within it. It's not just a case of going and doing a dance lesson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would highly recommend. Obviously, you don't get as much of the academic as you would if you went to a vocational school, whatever the term is. So that is the main argument, isn't it? I think a lot of mums and dads are like, oh, do we want to sacrifice that?
Yeah.
But I loved it from my experience.
Also, I think the academic stuff they are kind of pushing more. Although I got nothing under a C. gotta say.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and I got 11 GCSEs.
That's amazing.
1 A star.
Come on, G. What was the A star?
Maths, and I did it a year early.
You must be very good at maths then.
Not anymore. But I
You've
was.
forgotten it all? No.
For a period of time,
You
I was
must be
well
a
good.
natural. That's very good.
What did your siblings make of you going into town?
That's a good question. The only thing I can kind of remember, I don't know, because I was like always so headset on, like, there's videos of me when I'm 3 singing, and they knew I just loved anything like that. So I think they thought it was normal in that sense. And I was like, when I found out there was a school that you could do that at, I was like, yes, right, I've got to do this. Because I loved drama and I loved singing, but I didn't dance at that point. But obviously for the audition, you have to do all of it, don't you? So then when I was like, I want to go to that school, oh gosh, I've got to quickly learn how to dance and get something together. So then I was like head set on getting into the school.
What was your dance like for the audition?
Oh,
Because
How
all
do
I
you
had
remember?
to do, all I had to do was touch my toes, and I don't know why. But then straight away, I had a year 9 assessments where I had to make up a dance, and I did basically like a hoedown to Cotton Eye Joe.
I love that you remember it though.
Yeah.
It must have really stuck in your brain. Like, whoa, I got to do it.
Everyone else going in and doing an amazing jazz routine or modern or whatever it is.
Do you still remember the choreo for this? Because I want to see it.
I tell you, it's going to be the next music video. I know it. I know it. How old were you when your career took off?
As in, like, when I put my first single out, kind of thing. I was 18. So, but I started like writing my first album when I was 14, and then I signed my record deal at 15, and then the single didn't come out till I was 18. So it was kind of like even though I was young, but it felt like a long process from then till, especially when you're that age, because you're like, I'm ready to go now, I want to do it. But yeah, it wasn't until I was 18 when my first song came out.
It wasn't until I was. My kids were already old age.
Yeah,
Basically a
it felt like
geriatric pop star.
Yeah,
18.
pretty much.
But that must have shifted life massively.
Yeah, it did. And I feel like you know this well, because like obviously Tom and that were really young, weren't they?
Yeah.
And also behind the scenes, working up to it. Like it wasn't just like a overnight thing, was it? And I feel like I was so excited, obviously, to have my first single out and to be making a music video that I've grown up like idolising, that Britney and Christina, and like them making these music videos and going there and doing my own one. So it felt like incredible, but it also felt like I'd been building up to it as well. So it was like a shocking, like, wow, I can't believe this is happening, but also a kind of like, not expecting it to happen, but I've been gearing up to it my whole life, and it was always little baby steps and steps backwards and steps forward and all this kind of like stuff. But it felt right as well. It felt like that's where it was heading, hopefully.
And also, it's not like you came out of nowhere. You were doing, like, you were working leading up to that in different, like, theatre roles and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it just kind of felt like all of that was leading to that place. But I think the thing that was the biggest change was because I, like, started the album and, like, signed the deal years before, it felt like as a youngster, when you're, like, chomping at the bit to, like, do stuff, that it was taking forever. And it was really slow burning. When it actually did come out, as in like the single was released, and back then it kind of worked differently with the charts, didn't it? Then it was like the biggest contrast. Everything was so quick, and there was like...
Well, they just want you everywhere, all at once.
All at once. So it was like, felt slow, and then it was like bang, and there's just like, you know, paparazzi everywhere, and like interviews everywhere, and flying here and flying there and flying there. So that was a big... contrast. So exciting for an 18-year-old, but still it must have been just crazy at the time. But you just think it's also just how it works, because you've never done that before.
Did you have your mum with you from the start?
Yeah.
So you've always had that, like, that grounding force, I guess.
Always, yeah. I've always had, my mum, my family, even just like, you know, making the album before it was released. I did a lot of trips to LA and was like finishing it over there. And I'd always have my mum there. Sometimes my friends would fly out as well. So it felt very very fun, but also very normal as well.
Yeah. I wonder if that's also the joy of being a solo artist. Because if you're in a band, like those are your people.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, if you're a solo artist, you kind of get to go, no, actually, I need.
Yeah.
Also, it's you being vocal actually and putting your foot down and saying the things that you need as well.
Yeah, that is true. And I feel like, well, I'll never know what it's like to be in a band because I've never been in one. But it must be so fun to share it with like your best friends as well. That must be so fun. And you've got them as that kind of support. But I guess you wouldn't be able to say, oh, I need to bring this because you have to times it by 4 or 5 or whatever. But yeah, I do think, just from my experience, I do think it's important to have, especially if you're, younger than 18, to have someone there that you really trust. Yeah.
At any point during all of that in your teens and your early career, did you think about having your own family, or did you have any desire to be a mum one day?
Back then? Yeah, definitely. I don't think I ever thought then it would be happening, but because I come from such a close family, and that's like in everything that we do, like we try and do everything together. That is so ingrained in my upbringing and who I am as a person. That there's no way I wouldn't want to have that and have my own family. Yeah.
Talk to me about meeting Oliver.
So,
how did you meet?
So we met, I don't know if you remember, G, but there was in the St Martin's Lane Hotel in Covent Garden.
Yeah.
There used to be a club underneath it called Bungalow 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was there where we met. It's not there anymore. It's not been there for a while, which was really sad because it was really fun during that time. And it was 2010. It was Fashion Week. So he's in the fashion world. And we were both there with a separate group of friends and just got introduced by a mutual friend. And yeah, I remember I did see him from across we have different stories on this. He said like I was pointing at him going, oh, look, which I wasn't, but I did see him. And I remember thinking he looked that he was going to be really posh. That's just what he looked. And then he came over and he didn't speak like how I thought he looked. And we literally spoke for like 5 minutes, but we swapped BBM pins.
Wow.
Didn't you just used to love BBM Messenger?
I never had it. No, I never did.
You haven't lived, Gee. Oh, we've got to get the Blackberries back. It was so good. You had there was like an option where you could ping someone and it vibrates their phone. They don't have that on WhatsApp.
No.
They need to get that.
Okay.
So we swapped BBM pins and then we just kind of like used that as like our back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
But we were both really busy. I was about to go on tour. It was the Rihanna tour, which I was so excited about, and he had to go to New York for fashion, so we were kind of like put apart, but we were still talking.
Yeah.
And then he came back to London and he came to the show. And then I feel like from that point onwards, when we were both back in London for a while, we started seeing each other a bit more, but we were just like on a friends basis, meeting up in kind of groups and always going to Nando's because I had the black card back then.
Every celeb ever in Nando's because they get it for free.
I know. I used to honestly be there for breakfast, lunch and dinner every day.
They stopped them now, haven't they? They don't do them anymore.
I'm not surprised though, really. I could be the reason why they stopped them. But yeah, I used to go to one branch for lunch and then go to another branch for dinner. But yeah, so we used to hang out in there a lot. The one in Covent Garden's really good because they've got a bar.
Yeah.
So loads of cocktails and we have these like jugs of mojitos. So really fun.
All on the black card.
All on the black card. Yeah, all on the black card. Then we just started seeing each other more and more, and then crossed the line of friendship into love.
At what point did you start talking about the future, and did kids ever pop up in conversation?
Yes. Do you know what? Oliver's always wanted to be a dad, and I feel like he could have even started earlier.
Really?
Same with his family. They're all a big family, lots of kids and everything. And I just felt we were so young when I was 19 when we first got together. So how old were you guys?
So we were 13 when we met.
That's amazing.
We dated for 3 days at 13, then dated for a year at 15, and then got back together when we were 18. But like you guys, actually, it took a long time. I think when you get together at 18, 19, something happens where it took us a long time to get like engaged or like and get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I was literally at home going, I am basically acting the wife, but I am not the wife. What is going on? When is he going to ask?
And then is that at the point when he did ask, when you were feeling like that? Or
no, I'd got over it by then, which I'm glad about. I'd rather he, proposed when I was feeling quite calm about stuff, rather than just infuriated. Finally!
But though that makes sense. I feel like if you, well, it's the same as us. When you kind of get together young, you've got more time, don't you? So you kind of do take your time.
It just feels like something that's really far off, and I think maybe when you get together in your late 20s, say, or later, you're kind of going, are you the one?
Yeah.
Am I going to waste time with you? There's a bit more, not urgency, but a bit like less fanning around.
Yeah.
Just kind of direct with it.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. I think, you just in your head think, oh, we've got more time. Like there's lots of living to do, and there's not that there's a rush if you do get together later, but everything just happens quicker, doesn't it? If you meet when you're older, and also you're ready to do that settling down, marriage, kids, because you're kind
One
of
thing me
place.
and Tom did do is, because I don't know if we ever had the will we have kids chat, but we used to send each other names. So I remember meeting a little girl called Eden. We never used Eden; it was never on our list. But I can remember seeing it and going to Tom, "Oh my God, Eden! How great is this name?"
Yeah,
and we used to have a running list of baby names.
Yeah, so that is an early clue. I'd say if you were doing that. Yeah, and we kind of we've had a list that's been going on for years. Actually, there's so many names on it, but we still don't know which name we're going for the next one. No, there's all these potentials. I've even got ones on there that I love, but I know that I would never use.
Really?
Yeah.
But you just never know what's going to happen once you've given birth and you've had that rush of hormones.
I know.
Go for the obscure.
Yeah, imagine. Oh, yeah.
Pineapple is the one.
It is funny as well because, obviously we're starting to think, okay, well, let's make a decision now because we're a couple of weeks away. And every time I say to Bertie, what's the baby's name? What's the baby's name? He goes, Kiro, every single time. Every time without fail. I don't know I've never heard of that name before. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to use the name. I don't know where it's come from. But even if we talk about something completely different, I go back to it, it's always Kiro. It's like Kiro or Kio. I can't quite figure it out, but it's around that area. Oh. But that's one I will not be using, so feel free, anyone, to go for that.
All the babies being born.
I know. And it is a lovely name if anyone is called Kiro out there.
Talk to me about getting pregnant the first time round. Like when you finally made that decision to kind of go, actually, we're going to start a family.
Yeah.
Was that a tricky thing navigating around your schedule first time round? Was it something you had to think about? Because the one great thing that you have is you've got a lot of women in pop, or in music, not just pop, in music, having babies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like something that's totally obscure. Like I can remember, we've all heard people like from All Saints or whatever, different girl bands sort of saying it was such a taboo thing we weren't allowed to or is frowned upon.
Yeah.
Whereas actually I think we have seen so many women in music do it.
Yeah.
And carry it and just own it and be really powerful within it. So did that kind of ease off the pressure of when?
To be honest, I feel like I'm not sure if I thought about it in that way when we first got pregnant, because in my life it just felt like the right thing. We'd got married.
Yeah.
And so I was on the implant and I took the implant out and then we got pregnant kind of thing.
But even then, you take it out not knowing how long it's going to...
You don't know, and everyone was like, oh, it's going to take at least, you don't know. It's how long's a piece of string? Could be quick, could be take a year or two, you just don't know. But definitely, like, you know, even now being pregnant and expecting our second, I see obviously amazing women like Rihanna, and I just think, wow, you know, you saw her performing at the Super Bowl or something, and it's so inspiring because it makes you think, you know, it's completely achievable and possible. And I look at her and think, wow, and she's just had her third baby, hasn't she, which is so lovely. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who's a singer-songwriter, and she was kind of like, oh, yeah, we've got married, but I don't know how we're feeling about kids. And obviously whatever she decides is the best decision. But I was like, she was worried, like, career-wise, if it would affect. And I was kind of like, it is possible to do it all. You know, everyone is in different circumstances. I'm very lucky with my mum and dad that I have the help so that I can kind of juggle it all. And it is a lot, but it is definitely doable. And I feel like you said, if it was like frowned upon back then, I don't feel like that.
It's not that now.
Yeah, which is a great thing.
I just think it's an amazing thing for women to see women like you, you know, doing it in this way, and really seeing pregnant bodies in a very different way to what we had previously.
Well, thank you, G. I mean, same to you. But I feel like if we, just keep pushing that, so that kind of, like, whatever that is, that stereotype, whatever is, fades away, because it's definitely achievable. And I get so inspired by seeing other women doing it. And like, even at the weekend when we played our last festival, and Sophie Ellis-Bextor was there. She's amazing, and she's got 5 boys, and you know, doing it all. And I get so inspired by it. I
love with Sophie the fact that she's had, obviously she has been a constant, right? She's been at every festival over the years. She's always been there. But the fact that now that her kids are all slightly older, she's had this resurgence, it seems like. And I love that for her so much.
It's brilliant. She's like living life, and also like all her boys are there at the show, and like, I love all that, just like bringing them along with you, and that's what I hope to do. And I love it.
Talk to me about finding out you were pregnant the first time. Where were you, Pixie? Did you have any symptoms or anything like that made you go, oh, maybe?
The first time round didn't happen. The second time round, it was the boobs, actually. Did you get that?
Yeah.
They
just feel so different.
Yeah. Like, what is happening?
Like pillowy almost.
Yeah, and they were really painful kind of thing. So I remember just thinking, oh yeah. No, so I'm just going back in time. We so it was before my birthday, and we'd just been away for New Year's. Yeah. So we'd been living it up, right? Been away, been living it up. It was this all-inclusive vibe, so I was going for it. You know, didn't suspect anything. And then I came home and kind of felt that, and then I was like, oh, am I like due? Oh, I'm not sure. And then I was like, my birthday's coming up. Like, if I ever had this little thought that would even be a possibility, I need to check, because I'm going to be celebrating at the weekend as well. So I did one in the house on my own. Ollie was at work, and I did a test. Sorry, I did a test, and I was so shocked. Yeah, I remember being so shocked. I couldn't believe it. My eyes like welled up, and I had like no one to physically tell in the real life, because it was just me in the flat. So just like running around like, oh, what should I do? And then, so I'm just remembering this as we're talking. Yeah. Ollie's studio, where he's like does his designing, is in London Bridge. It was in London Bridge then. And because it was going to be my birthday, and I never have seen him in his lunch break at work ever. Right. But I rang him. I was like, Ollie, I'm going to come see you on your lunch break, especially for my birthday, to try and make a reason of why I've suddenly decided to. He was like, what? Like, you're crazy. What? All right, then you can come if you want, kind of thing. So I went over there, and was like just that adrenaline. Like,
did you just want it to come out?
Yeah, I wanted it to come out, and I had the little test with the little line on. But it was like Borough Market, and it was like packed full of people, and I was like, where can I do this? And he thought the whole thing was weird that I'd even said it's my birthday. We're going for lunch. Like, he thought it was a bit of a weird thing anyway. Yeah. And but I couldn't hold it in either, so I had to find like a little bit of the street. It was packed in Borough Market, but a little bit where there wasn't any people. And then I just like pulled the test out, and then he was like so shocked.
I love the fact though that you did this on the street, like not caring who's around you.
Just on the street, yeah, because it was really busy, but you just got to shoot your shot. And then that's how I told him. And then I feel like we went for a burger after, and that's all I can remember.
All good news followed up by a burger.
Yeah, it's always good.
I love that. And so you didn't have morning sickness that time around?
No, didn't at all, actually. Yeah, nothing really the whole time.
And what was your diary like?
I know that this summer I've played loads of shows. I didn't do that.
Okay.
So I think I was preparing maybe for the album to come out.
Yeah.
Towards the end, definitely, I remember them saying you need to chill, and I remember doing that, apart from the bouncing on the ball and the eating the dates and all that kind of stuff that you do.
Well, from 37 weeks you're fully cooked. It's kind of like that, you know, you're on the home stretch, whatever happens.
Yeah, like if it happens now, that's great. So let's make it happen now.
When I went into, I was literally around the corner from the studio with heavily pregnant with Buzz. I was 37 plus 4, and Danny Jones. Remember when it was at the tram shed around the corner, the steak restaurant?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So that's around the corner, and we were there.
Is that not there anymore?
No, it's some odd. I don't know what it is, but it's not there anymore. But it was for Danny Jones's birthday, so we were all in there. And I can remember driving past the hospital. I don't think it was a special, but I don't think it was a special birthday. But I can remember us all being there when I went into labour, when my waters broke.
No way! So that was your first time round.
Yeah, and actually Emma Willis was there.
Oh, she was there.
Yeah, she was the first person to know that my waters broke.
Way.
Because I said to her, either
but she hadn't done the midwife.
She hadn't. She was useless
then.
at that point. Yeah, just useless. Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe this is a lucky area,
Wait,
Pixie. I'm just going to say.
So that was your first time, 37 plus 5.
Yeah.
And what was and your second was?
Was 38 plus 5. And then the third was 38.
So all before the due date?
All before the due date, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But
it did mean that when I got to 38 plus 5, I felt like I was overdue.
Because you'd got used to the old early slot.
What is this?
That's great. That's what I would actually really love that. That's good timing. Did you do all the stuff like the dates and the balls, the bouncing ball?
I did lots of bouncing and stuff, but it's I just think your body is, each body carries differently, or the period is different.
Yeah.
How long it takes your body to cook a baby.
Yeah, everyone is just so, there's just no like, no. I really wish there was like a more of a black and white science to it.
I mean, there's unknowing.
So many variations of what, of where, of who, of how.
But maybe this is a lucky area.
Maybe this is a lucky area. I do love it around here.
It is gorgeous.
This is near where we used to live, so we used to hang around here all the time. Yeah.
See, maybe just walking around might make you feel really relaxed.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So you were 2 weeks late?
2 weeks late. Yeah, 13 days, but yeah, I rounded it up to 2 weeks.
How did you feel? Had you done any hypnobirthing or anything like that?
Yeah, did the whole thing. I did. I've never been so organised in my life, and that's coming from an unorganised person.
Yeah.
And it's taught me now to not be organised for this because it all went out the window. But I did do the hypnobirthing course. Yeah.
And how was that? Well, no, but even that, I think, because for some people hypnobirthing isn't going to,
yeah.
For me, I think hypnobirthing is about having that time to focus on you, your partner, your bump, the baby, and actually spending a little bit of time every day just kind of going, because I think life is so busy, you don't get that.
So true.
And actually, then when you go into labour or whatever happens, hopefully it keeps you a little bit calmer.
Definitely. And it's something that I knew I would love because I love meditation and it's all in that same world. And it was nice to have those classes with Ollie and I was probably more into it than he was, but he was there and we were there and going through the motions of it all and yeah, I do love all that focusing on the breath and all that kind of thing. But I just tried to do all the stuff, basically. I had that. Then I had the, all the wives' tales of the bouncing on the ball, the dates, the raspberry leaf tea, the clary sage. Did you ever use the Epino balloon?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Did all of that stuff. Had the oil for massage.
The Epino, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's basically something that you insert and then puff up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, you
to
puff it
help
up.
you kind of stretching.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch the area, which is not really a fun exercise.
I was quite glad to get rid of my Epino when the time came.
Yeah, exactly. You don't still have it.
No,
I could borrow yours. Yeah. So I did all of that stuff, and obviously, you never know which way it's going to go. But I think I was a bit kind of like, I didn't really even think about the C-section. Maybe I should have at least kind of thought about it. Didn't even think about it actually. And then, of course, we had the emergency C-section. So
what happened? At what point were you like, no, we need to go into the hospital? Did they call you in because you were so over?
Yes, exactly. So I got induced. I got induced. So I had I actually had 4 sweeps.
Really?
Yeah, which didn't work.
Yeah.
And then I had the gel, the induction gel thing.
Did the sweeps hurt? Because when I had a sweep, I was told so often that they were going to hurt, and I didn't think they hurt at all.
Didn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been told. Yeah. You're the only one who said it doesn't hurt either.
No.
We're tough cookies, G.
It's all the Epino. We're already stretched.
We took it too far. Yeah, so we did one induction gel, and then we kind of went away, and then we did the second one.
Yeah.
And the second one is when it started, and then had to stop basically, and then we did the emergency. Yeah, which is just not what I was thinking at all. It's like you've done the just the kind of like bright lights come on you in the theatre, and it's all very serious very quickly.
Was that a shift because things weren't progressing in the way that they had hoped it would?
No, it was as soon as the contraction started, we needed to stop it. So then I had an injection in my leg to stop it, and it was adrenaline or something.
That must have been so scary when all you've wanted for weeks is for things to start, and now all of a sudden, now that it started, you need it to stop.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really kind of like crazy.
Yeah.
But obviously you just want to do whatever's the safest thing for the baby, and then all of a sudden everything changes, and you're like, okay, let's just. But it was definitely the opposite to what I thought, or I guess what I'd planned. But everyone says you can't plan. I guess but then they say make the birth plan. So that's
the thing. That's the thing. I think it's such a mind fuck that we get people to make plans and get fixated with all these preferences and what they want. Yeah. And actually, your body's going to have another idea. Your body is going to do what's going to happen is what's going to happen. Yeah. And sometimes all that plan does, I think, is it makes people feel really guilty or really like they've got to hold on to something and that they can't maneuver themselves away from it when they need to.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. To think what is going to happen is going to happen is reassuring to me to just think like that now, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and it's going to be the right thing. Mm-hmm. And you just waiting for that moment of having them there, and that's just the best thing in the world. And no matter however they get there, they get there.
Yeah, absolutely. What was it like seeing Oliver with him? Because obviously by that point you've been together for a long time. I know you've been through a lot together by that point. You do over those years, but it's a very different thing, I think, to see them with your child, something that is created from your love.
Definitely, yeah, and doing that kind of like skin to skin or skin. Is it skin to skin or skin on skin?
Skin to skin.
Skin to skin. It's so lovely at the start, isn't it? So like that's what we did, and then Ollie did it as well, and like just seeing them like that, it's just so lovely, isn't it? Yeah. But I mean, throughout the whole kind of like process, like obviously he was like holding my hand, and he started. Obviously, it all goes a bit crazy, but he started singing like kind of nursery rhymes, I think, to like kind of calm the situation. I remember just like looking into his eyes. And he started going, one day we went to the zoo. We went to the zoo. That's what he was singing to me to try and like calm the situation.
Was Bertie out by this point?
No, sorry, this was just before Bertie.
That's what I mean. So he's singing you.
What?
He's singing to you.
He was singing to me. Yeah, sorry.
It's like he's been studying up. He's been studying up the nursery rhymes in preparation of Bertie. He's not here yet, so he'll sing them to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. This is me as a dad. This is what my repertoire.
This is what I'll be doing. Just preparing you for that.
He must have been like, what are you doing?
I wasn't expecting it, that was for sure. It's not something he regularly did before that. He does a bit more now. But yeah, I remember him. So I don't know why he chose that song anyway. He did. But since then we've got those like little Dear Zoo books and stuff.
Yeah.
We've got all that stuff now because it started from the nursery rhyme. And yeah, I just remember that happening and looking into his eyes and then kind of saying, where we're going to go, what we're going to do. And he said, we're going to go to Florida all together, which we haven't done yet, but we will.
Yeah.
And then Bertie came out and then it was all kind of, in that newborn bubble, which I absolutely loved. And absolutely loved it, that newborn bubble, being at home and just being with little Bert. But obviously now this time is going to be different because I feel like everything was quiet and, you're kind of in that. But now it's like the toddler and is in the mix as well, so it's not quiet. Is that what it's like with having...
Yeah, it's absolute chaos. I can remember Buzz having his like toy drums and just drumming when Buddy was sleeping. And Buddy would just sleep through it all.
Oh, and he'd sleep through it.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah. But even the reverse of that. So we had two of them share a room for a little while. And Buddy used to get proper night terrors. Like he'd wake up and be full on screaming. Buzz would sleep completely through it.
Really?
Yeah, it wouldn't affect him at all.
That's really good because if it did, you'd have to...
Bored, yeah.
To get a new sleep plan.
Yeah.
When did the night terrors start? Is that...
They started, I want to say, from about 1 until he was 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he'd wake up and just, but completely not be there, but just shouting and screaming and in like proper fear state. And then all of a sudden it would just lift and it'd just be there quite shell-shocked because obviously knowing your body has been through something.
Yeah.
But your mum and dad are there and just kind of like, and then we'd talk to him and give him a cuddle and then he'd get back into bed. So bizarre.
Right. And then it just stopped after a while.
Yeah. So I know some adults that go through it, but it's quite a common thing for some kids to go through. But it's so bewildering when it happens.
Yeah.
Can you remember leaving the hospital?
I do remember. I didn't actually want to leave because they were so lovely in there.
Nice little cocoon.
Yeah.
Everything feels safe.
Yeah, and safe, and they look after you if you've got any questions. So yeah, and I loved taking the tips from them and starting the breastfeeding and all that kind of stuff.
How did you get on with breastfeeding?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. I remember there was something happened in that first week where there was like a rush of like milk, too much milk, and it was swollen. I just remember having to put like hot and cold compresses on, and it was painful. But then that trick worked really well. Yeah. And then that was really the only problem I had, but I did it for 15 months. So
amazing.
I found it really. I don't know. I feel like when you do something, you don't know the alternative, kind of thing. And it was so easy just to like, and I'm kind of a forgetful person anyway. So to be able to leave the house and know that I'm okay,
I've got everything you need.
I've got everything I need.
So, but I had said to myself first time round that I would feed until Buzz was 6 months or until he had teeth. I don't know why. Those were the two things I had in my head. Yeah. And then it took us 3 months to actually get to a place where I felt like we actually both knew what we were doing. And so by the time we got to 6 months, I was like, I don't want to learn a whole new thing now.
Yeah. It's like,
so we might as well just carry on.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, it went on longer than I thought, definitely. Because I think you think, I know how to do this. You know what I mean? And then, but now, obviously, he went on to bottles. Now I know how to do that. I feel like I'm comfortable in that as well. So I don't know how it's going to go for the next one, which is going to go with the flow.
One thing that you were able to do is you took him everywhere with you.
Yeah. I really wanted to do that, and I want to do that as much as I can still.
Yeah.
But I think Yeah, especially when you are breastfeeding, because you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
don't you? And I did start pumping. I can't remember when I started pumping. And I actually wanted to Google when you can start pumping.
It's so funny, isn't it? Because I think that you, when you're in one pregnancy or one postpartum session, period, you figure out what works, whether that's healing with your foof or your stitches or with your like working out what's going on with your boobs. You figure it out, and the next time round, you have to relearn it all.
Yeah.
I can remember being like, why didn't I write down what I put in the bath?
Yeah.
Why didn't I write down when I started pumping? Because definitely one of the times I suddenly realised that I did it too soon. I started pumping because I think
so
I
there
did
is
it
a
quite
too soon
early.
then, isn't there?
I think maybe I started before my milk had come in. I don't know, because it just suddenly felt like one day it was more intense. I mean, your boobs go hard and, it's an intense
Crazy
feeling.
things.
Intense.
Yeah. Crazy.
Isn't it bonkers what your body does?
It's mad, isn't it? It's kind of like, makes me feel like a kind of, well, we are mammals.
Yeah.
Aren't we? But it makes me feel like it's just very animalistic kind of thing. The whole thing.
My second birth was really animalistic.
Was it?
Yeah, my body just took over.
What happened?
We were watching the BAFTAs, and I can remember feeling something and then being like, oh, and I didn't tell Tom, which he has.
Why didn't you tell him?
Because I was a bit like, when just like you're trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe
Yeah.
that's something, maybe it's not. And then
What does it feel like, by the way? Because I've not had that.
Like a period pain, I would say.
Like a cramp.
Yeah, like a cramp. So I felt something. I thought, well, that's interesting. And then I can remember it happening again. And basically, about 45 minutes later, I thought I should probably tell Tom. So I told him. And then he went to bed. I stayed downstairs and started watching comedy shows. I don't know why I didn't go to sleep. And then it got to a certain time and some stuff was happening. But because we had buzz, we had to figure out what we were going to do.
Yeah.
So we knew that we were going to take him to his mum and dad's. So Tom's mum and dad's. So we had to sort that out. So I think Tom spoke to the hospital and they were like, well, come in,
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that we did it at that point because we had to drop Buzz off. By the time we were going down the road, like on the A40 or whatever it was to go to the hospital, I literally couldn't sit on the seat anymore. I was literally I felt like he was already on the way out. Like
No
it was
way.
Just that sensation of
that he was right there.
But he wasn't though, right? But it's just that feeling of I actually can't sit down. I can't do that. And then we got to the hospital and they told me that I was 6 centimetres. So that's great. And then they made me sit still for ages while they monitored me for 20 minutes, which was really infuriating. And I can remember getting up after that 20 minutes, going to the toilet. And while I was
Why did you have to sit still? Because for the
monitors, they just wanted to make sure that everyone's heart rate was, okay.
Oh, good.
And I remember going into the bathroom, and while I was there, I just had this sensation go over the bump, right? It was like, I thought that was weird. And just everything felt different. So I was having a water birth. So I got into the pool and I said to the midwife, I just had this weird thing. And she was like, oh, you're fine. Just get in. Anyway, turns out that I was 10 centimetres by that point. So it happened like that.
What, from the gym?
From the gym.
And that was your own body,
My own body did the gym. And from that point, my body did 5 more of these gyms. And I swear, every time something was happening. So I felt the baby go further down. I felt the sack pop. Like I felt everything, and I literally. It was so animalistic. I had no control whatsoever.
What, you were just like?
I just had to hold on to the side of the bath and let my body do its thing.
Oh my gosh!
And afterwards, when the midwife came around to see if I was okay, I was like, yeah, I just can't feel this finger. Because where I'd held onto the side of the bath, one of my fingers overlapped the other one. And I'd obviously crushed it so much where I was just letting my body do whatever it could. So I didn't have the feeling in one finger for a long time.
No way.
Yeah.
But was that the only thing you had from it?
My finger.
I mean, if it's one your finger, that's great. I'll take that.
But it was the most wild thing where my body just went, it expelled him.
That is
literally just
insane. Well, that was Buddy.
Yeah.
Did you have any...
He was so quick that his eyes were bloodshot for a month.
No.
Yeah.
What, because
of the force in which he came out.
That is insane. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what you hope. That is what you hope for.
But it was a whirlwind.
Did you feel everything? Did you have any pain?
No pain, nothing.
No pain relief.
No.
And did it hurt?
It's an intense feeling, right? And there's definitely pressure and
if you
your
could
body's
describe
being
the
open.
feeling, would it be like pressure and uncomfortableness, but not pain, or like what is the?
There is a sting.
There's
the
a sting.
Yeah,
Right.
there's that ring of fire. I think it's called the ring of
The
fire.
ring of fire. I've heard about that.
That's the sting.
But not unbearable. Or
Just keep breathing. Breathing is your friend.
you didn't say yes or no.
Pixie, there's something coming out your fanny, all right?
Oh, man.
But it was just kind of like, whoa.
This is good preparation.
And I know a few people who have had births like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so amazing. So the first time round, it was longer, you said?
Longer, I had a lovely time, but
Yeah.
longer, I had a lovely time. Longer, I ended up having an episiotomy, which kind of wish I didn't have. Kind of think I would have got there anyway, but I had an episiotomy.
Yeah.
Second time around, I did tear a little bit, but the tear was much easier to recover from than the episiotomy.
And the tear was easier to recover from than the finger.
Yes.
Wow. So maybe because your body had done it before?
Yeah, maybe.
Is that what?
Maybe. Let's talk about this time round.
Yeah.
When you decided to kind of extend the brood,
Yes.
was that a big thing? Because we talked about, age gaps before. Were you kind of thinking, I can remember us getting to 9 months and being like, whoa, if we wanted an 18-month age gap, it would be now. And
You think you've only just had?
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing with this one yet. How can I go again with another?
Yeah.
Was that a big... Did you think about it a lot, or was it a case of what happens, happens?
It was more what happens, happens, but I knew that we wanted to have more than one. And I knew that, so I was breastfeeding for 15 months. People obviously fall pregnant when they're breastfeeding.
But there's a massive myth that you can't.
There's a massive myth that you can't. There is, yes. But I never believed it because my mum always told me that she had me when she was breastfeeding. That's why me and my brother were close.
True. So
you
are
that.
living proof.
But, however, I was breastfeeding and we didn't fall pregnant in that time. And as soon as I stopped breastfeeding, we fell pregnant. So it was actually
Had
the
your
opposite.
periods come back in that time?
So my periods had not come back in that 15
Mine didn't the
months.
whole time I was feeding.
Yeah, not the whole time. But I know other girls who
do,
come back. So it just shows everyone it's just so
Yeah.
different. But then, I stopped. And then when my period came back, then we fell pregnant. So that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah. This time round, obviously, one thing you did have in the diary that you didn't have last time was a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
Were they already in the diary?
Yes.
Were
they
you suddenly like, oh, how pregnant am I going to be when I'm doing this gig?
I did think it was actually the timing worked out pretty perfectly because it was all booked in. And I literally finished my last festival last weekend or whenever it was.
Yeah, but you would have been nearly or 37 weeks pregnant.
Yeah,
Was
I
part
was
of you like,
37
wow,
weeks.
that's a big old stage of pregnancy.
I think, and every pregnancy is different.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? But the first one, I really didn't show. I'm showing more on this pregnancy than I did on the first one. The first one I hardly did right to
Really?
the end, and I was very lucky with the kind of like the nose sickness thing which I had this time around, and the just moving around, and I felt fine right up until the end. So I kind of thought, oh, that's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We'll be able to do it. But yeah, and the timing, like say even if it was like a few months earlier, I wouldn't have been able to do all the stuff that I'd confirmed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of really good timing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it was right up until the brink. But
Was there a point in the last gig that you thought, whew, I'm kind of glad I'm going to be taking these heels off after this?
I don't wear any heels when I sing, so that was a good thing. I'm bare feet, and I've got my Ugg slippers on today, so I'm going for the comfy footwear. But no, I love performing, and it's my favourite thing in the world. And I think I don't go to the gym or do exercise, so I think doing those, and they're like on the weekends, so from the week I'm not jumping around, and then I'm jumping around on the weekends. I think it's actually been a good thing to be a little bit active.
I mean, how has it felt knowing that you're doing those gigs and you've got a little baby in your mouth? Do you know what I mean? That's a very...
I know,
Because
it's
there's
funny.
something going on between you and the audience, but there's also something going on with you and your baby.
I know. I keep thinking, like you have to rock them up and down loads to like get them off to sleep. But this one's used to that all the time.
You are going to have to put some serious effort in at bedtime.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to be the whole time just like bouncing around like this. Yeah, it's, like when you feel the kicks and stuff, it's when you're sat down, isn't it? And like you're not doing anything. It's like
Yeah, that's true.
So when I'm jumping around, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Until it's when I sit down. But like I said, I think like maybe the last show, I still loved it. But when I like come off stage and I sit down, I go a bit like, whoo. And even like, towards the end, you kind of like, I find myself kind of having those like breaths, or like, I definitely feel, when they say the rib cage expands, definitely felt that kind of happening.
Yeah. How are you feeling edging towards the birth?
I'm so excited to meet the baby.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird one, because it feels like it's gone really quick because we've done so much stuff and I've been travelling all over the place. But at the same time, it feels like it's been long because we've done a lot of stuff in the schedule. So now I just feel like I'm really ready to meet the bab. And I think I'm still stuck in that kind of world of trying to focus on whatever happens is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because of the first time round.
Do you find yourself feeling apprehensive about what's to come? I think once you've gone through an experience, sometimes it can either make you feel comforted about what's to come. Other times, because I felt like, because I'd had a good birth with Buzz, I actually felt apprehensive going into the next one, because I was like, well, what if it's something? Do you know what I mean? You just don't know what that is going to be.
Well, I think it's just so not black and white, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've asked so many questions till the cows come. I've Googled everything within an inch of its life. And loads of things contradict each other as well. So you're like, what? Don't know what decision to make. You don't know. And I think the only reassuring thing is that you don't know, and that what will be, will be. Like when you said that earlier, I was like, I'm going to hold on to that. And I think, depending on what I'm leaning into, like if I focus on feeling apprehensive, then I'll start feeling apprehensive.
Yeah.
If I focus on feeling what will be, and the right thing is going to happen, and we're safe, and whatever's meant to be is meant to be, then I feel like that. Yeah. So I'm going to try and attach to that one as much as possible.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
How have you got Bertie ready?
Well, I guess we've just been talking about the baby, and he loves to call the baby Kiro, whichever way. So we talk about it a lot. So he's just about to turn 2. I feel like he knows what's going on, but he also says he's got a baby in his belly as well. But he came to a scan and was like shouting baby, and so I feel like he knows.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know 100%.
Is Bertie sleeping now, or like, how is his sleep?
He sleeps through the night, but he does wake up and say "mama" at certain points.
Yeah.
So he doesn't. We don't have. So he's actually in our room on a mattress on the floor.
Yeah. Look, you've got to do whatever you need to do to get everyone to sleep.
I know. But the plan is, I know I'm running out of time, G. But the plan is to put him into his room. If that works or not, I don't know. Before the baby comes, which could be any day now.
And you suddenly realising something that's on your to-do list. You're like,
I know. Oh, I'll write that down. I need to do that. And because the only worry I'd be happy with us all in the same room.
Yeah.
Like forever and ever. But the only worry is them waking each other up thing. I know you didn't have that, which is really good to hear as well. But, that could be a situation, and then that could not be good. Yeah. So we're going to attempt that. And one of the really sneaky way I've thought of doing that is by putting the mattress on the bed, but I've ordered that Spider-Man duvet pillowcases.
Oh, nice.
to see if that makes it like a really cool, special thing that he's going to be in this bed.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it like at the same time and think, oh, there's a new baby. Now you're
He's been
out.
kicked out. Yeah.
Really don't want that to happen at all. So who knows what's going to happen on that front as well. But we're kind of like going to try it in the next couple of days.
So now work's winding down. You've just got this big thing to focus on.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Has motherhood affected you creatively?
Yes, I think so, definitely. I think it's affected me in all areas. But
Really?
I think, all the stuff I'm writing about now is just that, because that's what I'm going through. That's what I'm living. And I only really want to do stuff that I'm living at the moment. So that's kind of something I've learnt more growing up, writing songs, because I started out so young. I kind of did lots of different directions and was always told what to do or like what to sing or what to write or how to be or whatever. And so now I just want it to all the songs I'm doing to reflect what I'm going through at the moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've kind of like as well done that, but then the music's taken such a long time to come out.
Yeah.
And I might have moved on in life. So I want to make sure as well the music I'm writing at the moment is coming out at the same time. So that's why at the festivals I tested out a new song and all about this stage of life and motherhood and, you know, when your perspective change and your priorities change and you realise that doesn't matter at all, life's too short, all that kind of stuff that you've learned. And at the end of that festival season, then we put the song out and it feels just like...
Is this coming of age, is that right?
Yes, yeah. So it feels great to be... singing exactly what I'm going through at the moment.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Because also that is art, right? It's about you going through something and kind of like feeding it out.
Exactly.
So it is
Life
that weird
imitates
thing that we have a system where, or just creative things just take time sometimes, don't they? Depending on what route you're going to put it out with, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that can be really hard when you've put so much into it, but actually by the time it comes out, you're already on to something different.
Else, yeah. And I feel like it's always been that way, whereas now I want to try and get it going at the same time because it feels so good to be, you know, singing with your band to the crowd, something that you're actually feeling right now.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the songs might have like a message that I need to remind myself of or whatever. So to be living in that and performing that at the same time feels really good as a singer. Yeah.
Also, you've got a gig coming up at the end in December, at the end of the year.
Yes.
I mean, I love the fact that the baby's not out yet, but you have a commitment, and you are going to go there and be festive. And I love this.
And all the babies are coming. You've got to come.
But it's a Union Chapel. It's gorgeous. What a gorgeous place. And Christmas.
Yes.
17th of December?
17th of December. I'm really excited.
I feel like it's a really lovely gig to do and to gear yourself up towards. Knowing that it's the lead up to Christmas, it's a gorgeous time of year. It's also a time of coming together and family and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes, I don't know how you felt coming back after Bertie, but sometimes having that deadline can be a bit like, oh, it's coming for me. Real life is coming for me outside of this bubble. But actually, that gig it's got a very different feel to it.
It does. It's going to be, it's a Christmas show. It'll be my first like headline show back after having the baby. Yeah. And it's all about family and all my family will be there. Obviously, the Bert and the new baby.
One thing you have done a lot of over the years, and it's been a big part of your life, is mindfulness, is meditation.
Yes.
And I know that came off the back of a difficult time of kind of, taking on a role and that actually being quite a big thing. Yeah. So you found meditation. Have you used that in pregnancies and in motherhood?
Yes, I feel like... I don't know if I've used it specifically, but it's something that I just use in life in general.
Really?
Which hopefully does help with motherhood and everything. But yeah, I really found it during that after I did a play for a long time. And I was just like completely wrecked afterwards. I was just like broken. And when I was I do a lot of Googling. When I was Googling what to do, the number one thing that kept popping up that was like, you know, a natural way was meditation. So I was
Yeah.
like, what is this thing? And so I gave it a go. Bit kind of didn't understand it at first, but then I started doing it more and more, and then it really helped me, and it helped me get back to myself. Definitely it's not like an instant fix. You have to like do it over time, but it was the only thing that really helped me, and so I know that it's an important thing.
Yeah.
Like going into motherhood, I think it really puts things into perspective. That's what meditation did for me before I kind of was in that chapter. And it really helped. Yes, I try, and it's really hard when you're busy and kids and loads of stuff going on. But if there's time where I can carve it out, it's really good, and I would recommend it to anyone. Yeah,
just to have that bit of time that's kind of.
Yeah, exactly, and it kind of it just puts things into perspective and just helps you. I think align, and it just really helped me, and I'm like the kind of living proof to myself that I know it works because it did for me. It was the only thing that did. So yeah,
and just lovely having a tool that you can kind of go, it's okay, I'm going to lean on this.
Yeah, definitely. And everyone has I do think meditation is for everyone, and like don't be put off by it, because a lot of people start it and think, oh no, I've got all these thoughts going on, I can only sit still for like 2 minutes. You can start with 2 minutes and then build up to like 40 minutes or whatever. And also the whole time you do have thoughts going on. That is natural.
I heard this a little while ago. Meditation isn't being free of thought. It's not that.
No. All it is kind of, because sometimes you can get stuck in a thought, but you notice that you're in a thought and then you just move away from it. So it's going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't do the thing on my to-do list. And then you go, oh, I've got a thought. And then you realise you've had the thought, and that's all you need to do, basically. Yeah. But yeah, don't be put off if you're having thoughts, because that's just how our brains work. Yeah.
Obviously, you and Oliver have been together a very long time.
Yeah.
This is a whole new chapter, really, for you now. Mm. It's I always find it quite bizarre to kind of go, look at where we were and where we are. Does it feel like a very different part of your lives?
Yeah, I guess it does. It does. It feels like it just changes you massively, I think, doesn't it? When you start a family, and like we've moved out to a family home, and like
you're grown-ups.
We're grown-ups now. It's like, how did it happen? Like, it has been years, but it also feels like it's just happened so quickly. And I think back to those days, like when we first met, that we were talking about at the start of our chat, and I think, oh my God, like, how has all that time just gone past? But then I feel really grateful as well, because we've been together for such a long time, and you guys know what it's like. It's like we've had so many of these like memories and like adventures, and like grown up together and learned and made mistakes and like grown, and it's like such a journey and so many kind of stories entwined in it. And to be now at this phase of it, which feels completely different to before, I feel really kind of, I don't know, grateful to be at this part of it. Yeah. Because it's something that we've both wanted, but I guess because we were so young, we knew it was like not going to happen then. Yeah. And now all of a sudden we're in it and we're here. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you could write a letter on motherhood, who would it be to, and what would you say?
I guess that the first things that spring to mind for me would be to my younger self and to my mum.
Yeah.
Because you realise, don't you, now when you become a mum, how your mum feels, basically. And just like things make more sense, as in, and I think I didn't realise, like, obviously, you know, the baby's like very dependent on you and you know, attached to you, but you have that to them massively. And I think maybe I wasn't as aware of that beforehand, so I feel like I understand that from my mum as well now. And then to myself, I think, because I feel like it's changed, and I don't want to sound cliche, because you know, everyone says you change so much when you go into it, but you just do. You change massively, and I feel like I'm still the same person in a lot of ways, but I feel like it has just made me grow up so much more. And in terms of, like I said before, what is important, what you want to spend time on, what your kind of morals and ethics are, and the boundaries and stuff, which I don't think I had strong ones before. And life is just so short. What do you want to focus? I feel like life is more short now that I'm older, obviously. And just like what is important and what I want to focus on. I feel like all of these lessons have been so valuable to me in the last couple of years that I didn't really have as much of an insight before.
I don't know about you, but I feel like that it was such a welcome change to suddenly go into motherhood and go, actually, I don't care about all those things.
Yeah.
And I can say no.
Yeah.
And I can do all these,
Yeah.
It feels like after years of pleasing others to kind of actually stand your ground and go, well, actually, what do I want? What's fit for purpose in this situation?
Totally. And that's so freeing to like get to that place. And I think I want to lean into that as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What parts of your childhood are you hoping you pass on to your kids?
Oh, definitely closeness of family. I would love, like we all live really close to each other now. We're older. I would love for that to be my family when I'm older. I would love to, just instill in them the kind of things I think are important in life and how to treat people and going for their goals and going for their dreams and realising anything is possible. And also things like, things that made my childhood the magic of Christmas. That's why I love Christmas so much, because they made it so special for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just the closeness, because I think in life, like the most important thing is like each other and like how, family and being there for each other. I think that's the most important thing. And I also like, what do you want your story to be? We're here for such a short amount of time. I think it's just, just absolutely go for it. And I'm going to be like their biggest fangirl and just like support them as much as I possibly can.
You saying what do you want your story to be literally brought tears to my eyes.
Oh, that's so lovely.
It's just such a gorgeous way of looking at your life, their life. Like, what do you want that to?
Yeah, because, when you're in it and the rat race of life, we all get caught up in it, and I do every single day. But looking back, like it's just a little glimmer that we're here. What do you want your story to be? Like people are going to look back on it and be like, maybe learning about it or kind of being inspired by it, or even just knowing what you meant to someone, or how you made a community feel, or like all these little tiny details that you think might not make a difference really do and go a long way. So in these times when it's so chaotic and crazy, and sometimes how tough and challenging it can be, like a day can feel like the longest thing ever, and like all the cereals like up against the wall and the toys are everywhere and you don't know what's going on and a million things are going wrong. But I think it's also the beauty of this time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I know it's hard when you're in it, but we will look back at it and be like, oh God, that was like amazing. Those were the days.
It's hard to know those were the days when you're in it.
I know.
When you're just kind of surviving.
Yeah, it's so true, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah. Pixie, we end the podcast with you completing 3 sentences. The first one is being a mum means.
Oh, being a mum means everything.
Since having children,
Since having children, I've figured out what is important.
And I'm happy when?
I'm happy when I have all my family around me and I'm performing and everyone is happy and safe and living it up.
Pixie, thank you so much. You are such a good human. Like, I genuinely mean that.
You're such a good human.
But you've always been lovely. And I said it to you earlier, when we came and when saw you at the kids, the Voice Kids, you were so gorgeous with Buzz. And I just think...
He was cutest.
But you are just, you're lovely. So
thank
you so much.
You're so lovely.
And I'm sending you all the positive vibes to the bubba
I want
and to the
some of
bird.
your zhuzh motion. Give me the zhuzh motion. Thank you so much, Dee, for having me.
Thank
I
you.
could talk to you for hours.